They'll create a scenario just for you to react. And just the fact that you're reacting and you're getting all upset, that's it. They've won. That's all they wanted. They just wanted a reaction from you. They'll say specific things that they know is going to get under your skin just to get you to lose your cool. And then they're like, haha, I can control you. Welcome back, friends, to Psychopath Exposure. My name is Kita, and today we're going to be talking about how to stop feeling stupid for falling for the trap of the narcissist. I have a comment that I'd like to read that came in 54 seconds ago, according to the screenshot I took. This is from Michelle, and she says, "Future fake! I fell for all his false promises. I wish I'd found this channel earlier. Was in a long-distance relationship. Perfect for the narcissist, I've just realized. How do I stop feeling so stupid for falling for his crap?" Great question, Michelle. And you know what I like? I like the fact that you didn't call yourself stupid. You called the feeling. You feel stupid, but you're not calling yourself stupid. A lot of people are like, "I'm so stupid. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that. I'm so dumb." I'm glad that you're not going to that low level. We do stupid things. It's just the things that we do sometimes. You don't have to be involved with a narcissist to do something stupid. Doesn't make you a stupid person. It's just what you did, right? And the moment passes, where you were at the time, level of awareness you were at the moment. You did the way you calculated things at that time. Your natural response, whatever you're used to doing. How do you train your mind? Have you been in situations like that where you know the right way to respond or not? Sometimes we don't. Sometimes shit happens. We've never experienced it before, and we just react, right? And then later we're like, "Oh, that was a dumb thing I did." It was just what you did. Later on you learn from it. And then it's like, well, wait a second, that wasn't even dumb or stupid. It's just something I did. Why am I judging it? It's just a bunch of thinking. It's just more thinking, right? All this nonsense is just thinking. So let's talk about that. So you got scammed by a predator. You got scammed by a scam artist. And now you can't put the stick down and you feel silly. You feel stupid. So what? All of us got scammed. What can we do? Are we gonna wallow for the rest of our lives? Woe is me. I got scammed. I can't believe this. I can't believe this happened. I'm sure you've said that thousands of times. I've said it. People I work with on my program say it all the time. That's fine. That's a natural reaction that you're gonna have when you realize you've been duped. But for how long do you want to carry that narrative and that victim story? It was what it was. It was what happened. Now you're learning. I remember before I went through this shit, I had no idea that this even existed. I thought a psychopath was a serial killer. I thought a psychopath was, Dexter. And as a matter of fact, I used to watch Dexter. I thought it was really cool. Sometimes, dokes would call him a sociopath and this and the other, right? But I didn't know what it was. I just thought it was cool how they would just use those words. But in my, and obviously, Dexter kills, right? He kills people that deserve it, right? But it was Hollywood. I didn't understand the disorder behind it. I didn't understand why that character was so charming, right? And this is what happens when you're dealing with a psychopath or a narcissist. They can be very, very charming, and they're calm, cool, and collected, right? Like, we have to work on controlling our emotions, but a psychopath can naturally just keep cool and not blow up. So they come off very calm and soothing, right? It's like they say, Satan can be the nicest guy and very well-spoken, but it's Satan, right? Who said that Satan had to be this monster that just screams and you can't even hear because you become deaf at his screams and everything turns into fire or ice? Like, No, then it will be very obvious to spot. You know, I think you also asked in a comment below. You were asking, how can we spot this sooner? Well, yeah, if they were just like I just described, just burning everything down and just showing all this shit, it would be very easy to spot them, right? So the devil disguises itself by being very calm, cool, and collected, and just very nice. And he can get in your head. He or she can get in your head. And they know how somehow to find your weakness, your little trigger points, you know, your little insecurities. And they can hit you on those. They can stimulate those. Right? In the case of a long distance relationship, you're falling in love and you're idealizing someone on the internet, a virtual reality. Like, I don't know your story. I don't know if you've met and you were in a relationship and then he moved away. I don't know. I'm speculating. But a lot of people, especially nowadays with Tinder and all these apps, they'll get into these long distance relationships with people that they haven't met yet. They idealize them. You know who also idealizes people? Narcissists. They also idealize you. You know, the first stage, idealization, love bombing, they do that, right? But you're doing the same thing. You think that this person is like you. You think that this person loves and has empathy like you and operates, you know, and navigates through the world the same way that you do. This is how we get duped. If you study like the philosophy of solipsism, okay, now I just fucked up the word. Solipsism, is that how you pronounce it? Unbelievable. Let's move on. It's, you know, what if we're the only thing that really exists and it's just us, and the world that we perceive is not even real? We think that the people that are walking around among us, that they have a conscience just like us, and that they have these feelings and these emotions. But yeah, we can't prove that. This is just word of mouth. You really can't prove. I can't prove, even though we have similarities, I can't prove that you think the same way that I do. I'm going on the pretense that you do because we have things in common, because of the way we communicate, but I can't really prove it. And you're dealing with a psychopath. You think and you assume that because they live, breathe, talk, eat, that they're just like you. But they're not. They're not. They lack that empathy. They lack that. They need to stimulate themselves with extreme stimuli. Sex, gambling, just life, you know, things that high risk type of stimuli. That's how they feel alive. In the case of Dexter, you know, he would feel alive when he would take the life of one of those mass murderers or serial killers that the police were trying to find. He would find them first and then he'd kill them in a very artistic way. And that is how he would feel fulfilled. So the psychopath and the narcissist, how do they get filled with us? They prey on torturing us. They feel good when they see that they're getting inside your head. They'll create a scenario just for you to react. And just the fact that you're reacting and you're getting all upset, that's it. They've won. That's all they wanted. They just wanted a reaction from you. They'll say specific things that they know is going to get under your skin just to get you to lose your cool. And then they're like, haha, I can control you. That's all they want. My mentor once told me, he was like, if I tell you, I bet you I can make you think of the number 13, and you're like, you can't make me think shit. And I'm like, I bet you I can make you think of the number 13. It's like, I'm not gonna think about the number 13. It's like, yeah, you're thinking about it right now. It's like, motherfucker. They're like, yeah, it's something so silly, but they controlled you. They controlled you, right? That's what the psychopath does. They're able to control you like that. So it's no surprise, and it shouldn't be no surprise at this point, how in your situation, he was able to tell you the right things. He was able to push the triggers, right, that would soften you and that will get you to accept, you know, these terms And the situation that he created in order for him to do what he was going to do behind your back and to be in a position where you're not going to catch him. You're in a long distance relationship. You don't, you know, he may video chat you, he may text you, he may not, he may call you, he may not, but you don't know what's really going on. You can't just drive up to his house in 30 minutes and then catch him with the other woman, can you? Long distance relationships is usually people in other cities, not other cities, but like other states, sometimes other countries, which is crazy. You can't manage that type of dynamic. It's never going to be healthy. So of course they set that up and they make it seem that everything is great and this is the best option for you. And then you discover that you were duped and you're like, son of a bitch, how did I fall for that? Well, you fell for that. First of all, you had no idea that this type of manipulation even exists. You had no idea that this disorder exists, that these people actually exist. Like I said, I did not know that when it came down to like narcissist personality disorder and psychopathy and sociopaths and all that shit, I really thought it was just the way it's portrayed in the movies. But remember, the movies is all romanticized. A lot of stuff is inspired on true stories and real life events, but it's romanticized for entertainment, you know? But in real life, you see how this type of disorder happens within the relationship, inside the home, where people can't see. That's when the monster really reveals itself. You're in a long distance relationship. It could be years before it reveals itself. And that's only when you start wisening up, when you start questioning him, when you start trying to somehow put your foot down and say, hey, what the hell? Like, you haven't called me in 2 days. Like, we're in a long distance relationship. Like, we need to be communicating every day. Like, I don't know what you're doing. Like, why would you not call your girlfriend or your boyfriend? You know? You start doing shit like that and they're like, uh-oh, know your role. That's not gonna happen. Nope. And then they start abusing you even more and more and more. And before you know it, you realize that you're in a relationship with someone that doesn't even live in your city, that you don't have access to every day or every other day. And yet you've developed these intense emotions that you call love, but I call idealization. I call illusion. I call fantasy. You've developed all this because the psychopath is very charming, very alluring. And he knows exactly what to say because he's already studied you. Haven't you noticed how these people ask you a million questions? I can't stand when people bombard me with questions when I just met them. It's like, I had a friend like that when I was younger. I don't think he's a psychopath at all, but he was just very social and very talkative. So he would always just ask questions. And ever since I met him, I was like, dude, like, I'm not gonna answer your questions. Like, you tell me about yourself. What, you know, just always interrogating, just trying to extract information to use to make, I guess, more talking points or in conversation probably. But a psychopath or a narcissist will do that to learn how you function, how you operate, right? To learn your ins and outs. And they're taking notes, believe me, they're taking notes. And at the most opportune moment, they use the knowledge that they have to control you, to torment you for their own sick, sadistic pleasure. So you need to, now that you're in this community, now that your eyes are opening up, you need to put the stick down. Stop beating yourself up for what you did, because you didn't know any better. And now recognize when you start seeing the red flags, and recognize how your body feels when you recognize a red flag. We're doing a lot of recognition here. Recognize how you feel when you recognize a red flag and how your body is like, oh shit, but I really like this person, but damn, but this person is still married, or this person is complaining about some psycho ex now, or this person it's just got out of jail, or oh my god, they have this background, they have this history, they have this, oh, they're an offender, and yet you know you should run, but you don't want to because you finally met someone that you connect with. That's the problem. That's why people fall into the trap again. You're asking how you can spot them. That's how you can spot them. And when you notice those things at the beginning, you need to tell yourself, not gonna do it. Hey, it was nice to meet you, but I don't feel a connection, or I'm just not interested, or I'm not looking for anything right now, and move away. That's it. Do not continue to entertain it, because they're telling you what they are. In a way, sometimes they tell you, and you walk right into just something. It's like a magnet. You're just drawn to that energy. A lot of people think that they can fix the psychopath or the narcissist. They think they can fix the drug addict. They think they can fix the alcoholic. Been there, done that. It's not how it works. Feel free to try it. Feel free to try it. I'll happily refund your misery. Choice is yours, like I always say. So put the stick down. Stop beating yourself up. It was what it was. It happened. You feel embarrassed. You feel ashamed. You feel scammed. You feel duped. That's normal. What else are you supposed to feel? Are you supposed to feel proud of yourself that you got scammed? No, I don't know anybody that gets scammed and they're like, hell yeah, I got scammed. I'm so awesome. No, come on. But you can learn from this experience. You can learn from this situation, you know, and that's how you grow, right? That's how you grow. You know, this might be a little off topic, but it's not. I feel like it's one of my analogies that are like out there. But my friend just told me he was walking through the city, and some kids went up to him and they were like, oh, big man, you want to buy some Skittles? You know, and it's like, at this point, you realize that they went to Costco and they bought the big bag, right? And now they take the individually packed, boxes, and they're selling that shit for like super, $2 or $3, right? So they're making a killing. It's like the people that they go to Costco and they get like 40 bottles of water for $3.50. And then they plant themselves outside of a concert and they sell you a water bottle for like $4, $5 after the show. They know you're thirsty and people pay. And it's like, do you understand that bottle's worth 10 cents when you add it up? It's 10 cents and you're paying $5, which is more than the case of 40, right? So, and they're doing that scam. So they're selling the Skittles. They're like, oh, this is to help our football team to buy uniforms. And I'm like, yeah, man, you're a football player. You should be training. You should be running scrimmages. What are you doing, like begging for money? Get your ass back in the field. Go do some push-ups, right? Go train. Stop trying to scam people. If I wanted to buy Skittles, I can go buy some Skittles for cheap at the 7-Eleven. And yet, people get duped all the time and they don't know any better. That's their problem. But now that you know, no longer a victim. If you get scammed again by something that you've already been through, then you're a volunteer. That means that something inside of you recognized the red flags, saw the danger, and still said, I'm still going to do it. Something in there. Those are the things that I like to work with survivors in my coaching program. Those things inside, sometimes is the fear of being alone, the fears of having to start over. It's like, oh, I've invested so much time in this person. Now I have to find someone else, right? The feeling of rejection, possibly. Maybe I should do the 3 this way. It's easier, right? The fear of meeting another psychopath narcissist, right? Well, I'm probably going to meet one anyway, so I might as well take my chances with this one that obviously is toxic as fuck, obviously is telling you what they have, what they've been diagnosed with, and you still jump in because like, oh, what are the chances of me meeting someone else? I'm probably going to meet someone toxic anyway. I might as well do it. Listen to that illogical thinking, irrational thinking. There's something in there, some trauma, something from your upbringing, growing up in your childhood. There's something in there that gets in the way of your happiness, of being in a healthy situation, there's something in there that still craves it. So if you'd like to work through things like that, I do have a coaching program that we work directly one-on-one privately through Zoom. You see this thing that's moving over here? That's where you can reach out to get more information on this. All right, so I'm looking forward to your emails. And you know what? I love reading the comments. I love seeing the growth, and questions like this are very, very important, because I've been in all these situations. Like, a part of me has been in all these situations, because they all make us feel the same. And it's all at the hands of a predator, of a psychopath, narcissist predator that went to the same goddamn school and follows the same goddamn patterns. So put the stick down, don't beat yourself up. Start moving forward away from this toxicity. Stop trying to figure it all out, because it's just thinking, rumination, more thinking, rumination. You have your answers. You have your answers right now. Yeah, your ex is a fucking narcissist. That's the answer. Yes, this is what narcissists do. This is how they do it. This is the next step, and this is the third step, and you get discarded, and this is what happened. You keep going back into the past, you're going to realize how many other women or men they had, how many times they lied, how all the times that you trusted them, it was a lie, and it was more treachery, more abandonment, more betrayal. It's time to start working on yourself so that you can heal and inspire and attract better opportunities, better people, and a better future for yourself. That's all I got for today. If you got some value out of the video, please like and subscribe, and leave a comment below with your experiences so the community can keep growing and helping one another. I'm gonna go probably make a bowl of pasta. Yeah, I like pasta. I'll see you guys in the next video. This is Kira, Psychopath Exposure. Have a good one.